So with your coaching, what have you seen? Like, what are the challenges that you see working with small businesses or that solopreneur?
So when people are reaching out and trying to, get maybe their first client or, their fifth client or whatever, one of the biggest challenges is they don't exist online, right? And I'll be the first to say, yes, if you just have a cell phone and something to sell, you can go make sales. Absolutely. As a starting point, you do not need to wait till a website's built. You do not need to wait till an email campaign is built. You don't need that stuff to start. And when you have those things will get easier. So I don't want anyone, if you're brand new and haven't started a business yet and you're on the fence, go start the business, but don't wait for all these pieces to be in play. I don't want you to shy away because of that. I want you to have as many conversations as you can, because you need to have the messaging right for your audience. And conversations one-to-one are one of the best ways to do that. However, when you're beyond the first couple clients and you actually want to have people be attracted to you, you need to decide what that attractive character is that you want to be or your business wants to be, so that people can be drawn to it. And people are drawn to businesses because of the core values, right? Big corporations use the big logos, but behind the logos is a value statement that gets seeded throughout all the marketing that you get. You think Johnson & Johnson, and if they had their way, you'd think of their baby products, the no tears stuff. Hopefully you're not going to think about any kind of vaccines if they had their way, right? Like, they're trying to control that narrative. And so for us, we can control it as well, but we need to exist. So for example, you look my name up on Google, I own the first 3 pages. I know exactly what you're going to find. And every business owner should be the same way. Yeah. Okay. Even if it's not exactly what you want, at least know that it's there before someone tells you. Right. But as you start building up these properties, these digital properties, like your website, like your LinkedIn profile, the about page specifically on your website is one that'll pop up a lot. I think it's statistically the most visited page on your website. You need to create those things so that people can find you. Even if you meet someone face to face, the first thing that we do, and if I did a poll of the 3 of us, I'm sure it's the same. You meet someone new. First thing you do is either Facebook or Google, and then it's the other.
Oh, it's Facebook first.
Yeah.
And then Facebook first, because you're probably going to there's a good chance you're going to get a peek.
Yeah, exactly. And who are they really? And then you go to Google to see if they're legitimate from a business perspective, and then maybe go to LinkedIn. Maybe.
It depends. Like, one of the things I used to love when I hired a lot, I'd always laugh when HR said, well, we need, numbers and people to call. And I'm like, what a waste of our time. Like, okay, like, I'm going to give anybody that would say, listen, stay far, far, far away from that Rico guy. And I said, listen, like, you guys just get online, like, and go look. Like, I'm going to check out their LinkedIn profile. There's a 50-50 chance if this person is in sales and they don't have a decent LinkedIn profile, that's problem number 1. Right. So that just tells me that I'm dealing with someone who is not looking to improve their process. Doesn't need to be perfect, but if they're not even active there, then I already know that they are stuck in a thought process that says, this has always worked. I don't need to change. When technology is saying, yes, you do, and you're late. Right.
And the worst thing about that is that if they're selling on behalf of a company, it's the company's fault.
Yes.
Because you're going, oh, they're letting their sales reps not have a presence? Well, how are they going to take care of me as a customer if they're behind in the times?
I agree.
Right? That's the story. So, yeah.
One of mine is if you don't have a profile picture.
Oh.
If you don't have a picture of yourself on your website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another. That's one of my
But even knowing people do Facebook searches, like always having something available for the public to see. It doesn't have to be everything. But curate the public version of your profile, because if someone goes and sees everything on lockdown, they think you got something to hide.
I love that. Curate the public profile. That makes, and it does, it makes so much sense. That's how we find people, whether we want to admit it or not, whether it breaks some sort of HR rule. I don't know. I'm not in HR, but that's exactly how we're going to go do it. We're going to go look up and find out, how is this person behaving on a normal place where they think nobody's watching. I don't know. To me, I think it's foolish. The way you post on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever, I think it's silly that people would behave differently. I'm like, all I have to do is open up the other app. Like, do you remember the meme I'm talking about, right, Jeremy? The one that was like, it would show.
On Instagram, on Facebook,
yeah. And I look at that, I'm like, and I knew something needed to change. It was a couple of years ago. I had a conversation with a client, and he had made a comment on Facebook or saying something about Facebook. I said, "Oh, hey, hit me up. I'm pretty active on Facebook." At the time, I was doing more coaching, and I was testing it out there. And he goes, "Oh, I don't connect with people in the industry on Facebook." I go, "Okay." I said, "So are you telling me that your Facebook persona is the real you and this is a fake you? Because that's what you just told me is I can't trust you because this persona is not you." I'm like, "Dude, you're going to see the same persona everywhere. I'm going to say the same dumb things and maybe some same smart things at the same place. Like, I'm not going to act any different. You immediately just made me not trust you." And that was when the relationship changed. And I realized how many other people don't recognize the power of technology as a whole, like where they can honestly think that they're siloed by being in two different social platforms. Yeah. It blew me away. It blew me away. Not that he said that, but that he believed that he was safe, behaving differently in two places.